That's the epicenter of everything. They tried to get me to not like Puffy and Biggie while we was in the middle of the Death Row Bad Boy feud, and I made a choice that I had no issues with them. That was the Angie Martinez.
Hey everyone, it's your favorite gossip girl back with some juicy news. You all have heard about some deep, dark secrets of Hollywood and the music industry. But these things only became possible because of people like Puff Daddy. Today, Snoop Dogg himself would reveal some shocking truths about what goes on behind closed doors in Diddy's epic parties. Not only is Puffy a popular icon in the industry, but his parties are always something the elites and A-listers are looking forward to attending. For sure, you can already imagine how grand things would be for these parties, as big personalities are always invited. But before you wish to be on the guest list, expect a lot of shady things to happen, because even the popular individuals and celebs often become afraid of the consequences of ratting on Puff Daddy.
You rapped. A rapper, do you think we'll ever have a gay rapper?
I believe there are some gay rappers
that
that just ain't came out the closet.
Well, then we don't know that they're gay. Do you think, if you think a big rap, would have to be a big star to...
Why else do you think he was able to have the confidence to take advantage of people and allegedly harm others? That is because only few people have the guts to go against him, including his former bodyguard, Gene Deal, and his then rival turned friend, Snoop Dogg. Exposing Diddy is not something new, as a lot of people tried to do that. What is hard to do is take him down, even though people got proof of all his shady deals, ventures, and behavior. Come on, this dude has been in the industry for a very long time now, and only those who are as big as him have the courage to call him out for such problematic ways of fulfilling his pleasures. The first even Labor Day white party that Diddy organized happened at his home in the Hamptons. Since then, what they called as the White Party kind of became a tradition that Diddy himself and people in the hip-hop industry look forward to every year. The past parties also occurred in different places, and each one of them are no ordinary venues. In 2006, Diddy was interviewed by Oprah about these parties and asked him what he thinks is his favorite one so far, to which he answered the first White Party in 1998. He said, "I wanted to strip away everyone's image and put us all in the same color and on the same level. I have the craziest mix. Some of my boys from Harlem, Leonardo DiCaprio after he just finished Titanic. I had socialites there and relatives from down south. There were 200 people sitting out here just having a down-home cookout. It lasted until the next morning." Hearing him talk about it sounds so well-intentioned, and that the parties are supposed to only give guests the best time of their lives. For sure, some of them still look at these parties that way, but as time passes by and more people are standing up against Diddy and what goes on in his parties, more artists, especially his fellow rappers, are declining his invites and seem to not want anything to do with him anymore.
I think they never been to a Diddy party. If you not dancing,
I just got hard.
then you got to go. So security, if you see somebody and they not dancing, they got to go.
I heard with dance.
For sure, they still know the power and influence that Puffy holds in the music industry, but they are no longer willing to go with his party's rules and request especially that most of these alleged rules are inappropriate and against people's will. I bet that you get the picture. Add to the fact that Diddy once talked about how much he spends for such gatherings. And guess what? He willingly throws away millions of dollars just to serve some of the biggest celebrities of all times. Diddy stated before, "I want everyone eating and I want to keep their glasses filled. I like bringing together people who wouldn't normally meet." Actually, when he celebrated his 50th birthday in 2019, the people who attended included Naomi Campbell, Kim K, Lizzo, Pharrell, Queen Latifah, Nelly, Cardi B, Jay-Z, Queen Beyonce, and Snoop Dogg. Take note that these were just a few of the names that were present in the celebration. This is what I'm saying when I tell you guys that people come to these parties because you can really build your network here. Just imagine all the people that you would get to party with and talk to. It would not be a surprise if you have tons of collaborations on the way after you attend one of these events. But even though it sounds and looks so fun, some people, especially young artists, do not really appreciate the invite to Diddy's parties. I mean, not everyone is willing to do something indecent just for the sake of record deals and projects. At this time and age, more young talents know that they no longer have to please Diddy and attend to his request to be recognized in this industry because there are tons of other ways to do so. And if you're excited to know more about what are the other deep, dark secrets of these big names in the music industry, including Diddy, then make sure that you subscribe to our channel right away. Count on me to keep you updated about the latest happenings in Hollywood and your favorite celebs as well. Now, going back to the video. Just think of the things that he possibly did to Usher when he lived with him at the age of 14. Oh gosh, he was already so old and should not have even taken him under his care. When Usher was asked about what it was like living with Diddy, it was obvious that he was trying to play it safe with his answers. Well, we can never really blame him, as he must be thinking about all the things that he owes to Puffy. But his answers were interesting, and it did not stop the fans from prying on what might actually happen throughout the time that he was with Diddy. According to Usher, "I got a chance to see some things. I went there to see the lifestyle and I saw it. It was pretty wild. It was crazy." He recalled, "He wasn't disciplinary. He was letting me be a young man." But when he was asked if he would be willing to send his kids to Puffy's flavor camp, he immediately answered with, "Hell no."
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
Come on, the way they call it flavor camp sounds wrong right away. He was so young back then and only wanted to make a name for himself. If he was indeed groomed by Puff, he most probably does not have an idea back then. Maybe at that time he thought that that is how things should be in the music industry. Poor boy. There are quite a lot of reasons why more people do not want to party with Puff these days. He has a history of getting violent and easily irritated when he does not get his ways in parties, even those which he did not organize. Add to the fact that his security entourage would always be ready to jump at anyone who would pose a threat to the boss. But the danger is just one thing, because the malicious acts that Diddy demands some guests to perform on him are on another level. I do not know about you, but I have heard a lot of conspiracies about how Diddy used his money and power a couple of times to satisfy his desires and fantasies to young boys. Not only is he taking advantage of some other artists, but even his employees. This is so twisted. Just listen to this claim made by Jaguar Wright. This girl is famous for revealing some of the dirtiest secrets of known individuals in the music industry. So based on what Jaguar said, she was alleging Puff of forcing some people to do things to him, and that he even said that he can do whatever he wants in his own building. What kind of perspective is that? Okay, to make things much more interesting, Gene Deal, Puffy's former bodyguard, claimed that a lot of Wright's accusations are true. He even mentioned that he was there and witnessed things firsthand. Oh boy, the things that money and power give to someone. If he is capable of doing such crazy, wild, and inappropriate things, then just think of all the things that he must be doing in his own parties. I mean, a lot of the guests must have been pressured to follow everything that Puff would say because 1, he was the one who invited them, and 2, they might not want to see how Diddy would react once he was rejected and turned down. Would you go to Diddy's party if you get an invite? Now, Snoop Dogg also knows what goes on behind the cameras and behind these closed doors. He attended tons of Diddy's parties to notice that fewer fellow rappers are attending his events. We cannot blame them because it has become an open secret among the elites about the things that Diddy is capable of doing. Some of them do not want to cross his path and are afraid to start something against him. You know what? There are tons of horror stories that have been revealed about Diddy's parties. It is worrying how some people are still tolerating him and his actions that should have been called out. I bet that he gets all that confidence because no one wants to be against him in the first place, which is honestly sad. Since Snoop and Diddy are now friends, Snoop might have become more comfortable in confronting him because he knows that more people are becoming aware of the real reason why Diddy is throwing extravagant parties. But hey, I guess all of these things are just speculations unless we see it firsthand. But remember, speculations do not just pop out randomly because some people who have spoken about Diddy used to be close to him. So there are always some truths and possibilities to these speculations. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and click on the notification below to be updated whenever we have a new update. Until next time, stay tuned for more juicy gossip.